Yeah, see, that doesn't do shit either. Huh. Uh... Oh, it's actually coming from my cable. That's actually funny. That's actually hilarious. It's coming from my cable might be getting a little bit worn out. I'm like, where is that coming from? It stops when I touch the output cable. I'm like, this is a very expensive setup. Why am I having issues with it? But luckily it's coming from the output cable. Because that just means it's only on my side. Which is good, because I don't want to have to deal with that at all. And we can go just a tad bit higher. That should help. So everyone, welcome back to Gunpla Weekend. Brought to you by Gundam Kingdom. GundamKingdom.net. They've got what you're looking for and more. They carry everything from first party to third party, even Zoids. Give them a shot. Give them a look. Link in the link tree or at GundamKingdom.net. I'm glad I know what that noise is now. Because I can instantly stop it because I'm pulling on the cable. But we are back working on the high grade. Sky Zero as a nice refresher before the nightmare that's going to be the next kit. I might need to get a new freaking adapting cable. It's a, what is it called? 1/4 inch to 3/4 inch. No, 1/4 inch to, I can't remember what it is, but it's not having a good day. Where were we at? Ah, yes, the hands. If I don't put hands on, you guys are going to go crazy. If I don't put the hands on it, everybody's going to go and kick me. Oh. And since we're so far out from moving, I've just decided to do the tonight's kit. Oh, that didn't get changed out. I forgot to change that. Oh my god, I am so dumb. I forgot to update the image slideshow on Twitch. Because I'm the big dumb. Add files. Downloads. Much better. There we go. Is that breaking the frame a bit? Tiny bit breaking my frame. I was all ready to go, and now I'm just messing everything up. There we go. I knew I forgot something last night. Oh, yeah, that cable's really fucked up. I might have to get a new one. Yeah, that cable's getting messed up. Oh, I might have to get a new one. So B, which is the blue frame? Where are we? B, 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 B. I'm really surprised there isn't another piece that goes on top of that. I look at it, and there's not. Usually there would be a cap to those arms. I think just because the scale they didn't do it, but there should be a cap. Usually, especially with that beveled edge, we would have a cap on the end of that arm, so that way it would look more natural. Well, maybe. Could just be my board. No, it's the computer. It's actually feedback. It's... Oh, that means we're not very isolated. Damn it. Hopefully that's not coming through. God, I really hope that's not coming through the recording. Yeah, because it just continues to start. It's actually the computer doing the noise. That's funny. All right, so hands. Mr. Handsy boy. Do we only get one pair? Oh boy, we do. We only get one pair of hands. That's awkward. You usually get multiple pairs even on high grades. This one does not. That's very, very interesting and yet sad. I would usually expect at least one pair of expressive hands, maybe one pair of fists, not just one pair of hands. That kind of sucks. It is sad. So if you lose it, it is gone. There is no getting it back. All right. Oh boy. But it sucks that I had to leave last night. It was just getting good. The one one we'll be working on tonight, since I really do want to start it as soon as possible. We're only waiting on the new soldering iron coming in. I completely forgot to check that. The new soldering iron will be coming in, and that's just because my old one finally kicked out on me. I just buy the Amazon Basics because they're nice, they're cheap, and I don't have to worry about them. If it break, I just buy a new one. I am not heavily into circuitry, so I do not need it for everyday stuff, just for this stuff. So that does everything I need it to do. And they're temperature controlled, so I can keep them running. And I can't find any of my tips. Because I cannot find them, and that sucks because... means I can't get them to work because the tip's finally worn out. All right. Make sure I don't have any loose cables on the back of that. It's driving me crazy. And the other one is not even on. Shit. There we go. Damn it. Didn't even see that. I plugged in the big boys. I didn't even see that my thing. New Goof resin kit came. Nice. Realize how big PGs are. Yeah, Pidgeys are huge. That's why I keep trying to tell you guys about the 1/35th scales. You guys don't really get a good sense of the scale of those things. They're gigantic. They're huge. Gundams get huge in the bigger scales. They just get big. I'll have to do a comparison with I've done it before. I've shown the 1/35th versus 1/48. And it's insane. 1/48 is like nothing compared to a 1/35th scale. And Michigan Gorilla, thank you for following. Like, I know people see the 135th and they're like, oh, those are so cool. They're so small. No, they're not. They are gigantic monsters. The Sazeby alone is going to be insane. I still do want to get... Oh, that's what I should get. Oh. I still want to get the 148. I have the 135th, but I like the 148 better because it comes with the funnel rack. But I couldn't pass up $150 for a 148 scale. Oh, for a 135th scale bust. I can't pass up 150. It's just not my nature to pass up 150 bucks. But yeah, peaches are huge. But that's also where their flaws come in. I would tell you to pay attention to the manual or whatever you have to tell you how to put it together. Learn it, understand it, and then try to remember how it goes together, because you're going to need to know a lot more than you think when it gets to building them. I've done one Bandai PG. It was under Nightmare. And then the Daban one not the Daban. The Nielsen Works I just did was better, but it was third party and it did need a lot of work. Lots and lots of cleanup, lots of special fitting had to be done. Nice. I hear you with taxes. Most of my taxes are going to moving later this year, but we did come to an agreement of $500 each, so wife already spent hers because I had the cash in hand because I was a big smart boy and saved up money earlier. So it should be that one. Yes. And so she's already ready to go, and I've just got to wait for my share. Which I'm spending a little bit of it today over at Gundam Kingdom. If you guys wanted to hang out today, I will be at Gundam Kingdom around 12 o'clock in Katy, Texas. So that means I got to get off here at 11. So I don't have a whole lot of time today. It's a half-hour drive up there. Oh, tiny pieces in my hands don't want to work today. Not at all. We're definitely displaying you with the Buster Cannons, because it's the only hands you come with. Hello, Angel Bautista. Yes, we are working on the Skywing Zero. He is very small, but he's at least bigger than the real grade. The real grade is even smaller. So, and it's turning out to be a pretty decent kit. I wanted to do a lighting kit on it. Didn't work. The eyes did not want to agree with me. So unfortunately, that did not happen. But what we will be starting tonight is getting one. And there are so many parts, it's not even funny. We have 3 different kits that are going to get, well, it's all one kit. It's not a kit bash. It's a Verka with 2 add-ons. The 2 add-ons replace a lot of the parts on the kit that make it a little bit and bring it all the way up. And it's gonna be fun. One kit we might not even get to till like 2 weeks down the line, but we will be getting into the first add-on kit because there is an auxiliary head that we're gonna make, and we'll compare the 2 of them, see which one we like better. There is also add-ons for the feet, so it'll be fun. And I don't feel like becoming silver today. Let's get some accent on those hands. Do not feel like turning silver today. And if that goes well, then we'll start the Snow White. I have a new idea for the Snow White. It was going to be good with the lighting kit, but I think I've got an idea for a way of making it even better than just a lighting kit and a straight build. Well, a good build. I think we might turn it up to 11. And turning up to 11 might actually make it more unique than it already is. And the method I know of how to do it will work. And then I'm getting ready. I just got to order one top coat paint to see if it'll work. And I've got a specimen that can help me with that. I have a test subject that I can have help me with the process. Test subject being my older Supernova Wing, who really isn't going to be doing much, but maybe going into a box later on. Since he's not much of an embarrassment, but he's just not one I like to show off as much due to the accident that happened with his legs. God, that just feels bad. I don't like that. There should be a cap that goes over the top of that. Just feels wrong. Just feels wrong. I just wish PG's, going back to what you were talking about, Michigan. Oh, okay, fine. We'll talk about that later. I was going to say about PG's. Just, I don't know. I don't know about PG's. No, Net Racer, not Michigan. I cannot believe my brain don't work. I'm like half here and not here. I was supposed to be on call this weekend, so luckily one of my friends took it, so I get to enjoy the weekend. He likes having extra money. Me like being at home, not working. Oh, and not stressing the fuck out. He's a workaholic. I'm a guy who likes to stay home. All right. And then I just need to touch that up a little bit. Well, that's an interesting pose. I did not know he would stand up like that. God, it just feels bad. I hate that there's no cuff piece. Usually I would expect some some slight cover to go over the top of that. Even just to interact with the ball joint. Just a pressure fit or just a slack piece. Just to go over top that to help it out. Are there any unused pieces? Let me see. No. Interesting. It's usually always a unused piece. Interesting indeed. Moving on. Where are we on to? Legs? Already did that, already did that, already did that. Yes, we are. Hello, feet. B29, which will be fun to clean up because they suck. 29. 29. 28 must go in the backpack. Or the wings. No, that should be 42. Hopefully we don't have Gundam death battle today like we had last night. I don't want to shit on your Gundams, and I like mostly every version except for a few. Just don't ask my opinion and get mad when I tell you my opinion. Was I supposed to put anything on that backpack? Yes, I'm dumb. I was supposed to be putting 28 on there. Like, should be on the backpack. They are. I just forgot to do them. My brain does not work well this weekend. I think it was half ready for an on-call weekend when I saw it, and having someone take it is just kind of messing everything up. I kind of half in shutdown and sleep cycle versus actually being active, even though I knew I was not going to have to do it. But I think it's just my brain and how it reacts to that. I don't deal good with stress. That's the whole reason why it's really funny I even have my job. It's one of the most stressful jobs you can have. And I don't deal good with stress at all. At all. I literally I literally cannot handle stress. I can be in stressful situations just fine, but I can't handle stress. I love it too. It's a neat color. As soon as I saw it, I wanted it. Red inversion is a little bit concerning. I don't know how I'm going to detail him. This one, fine, it's a darker color set, so we're going to need more silver accent, but we can still do a good black accent on it, on most of the pieces. Red inversion, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I've kind of been putting that one off. Same with Barbataurus. I don't know how I'm going to detail them. Do it in Sky Zero colors. Right. If I was good with paint, I would totally do that. Then I would just have... Crap. Did I really just drop that frickin' funnel piece? I hate that. Where did it go? Crap. Might have to go look for that later, because I have no idea where that dropped to. Drop on my lap. I can feel. No, must have dropped into the chair. Damn it. I'll have to get that later. Me and my butterfingers. Give it wings. Right? I mean, there is some Susan model ones coming out later this year, which are going to be really fun to do, that are meant for real grades. I'm actually considering doing a fugal in a real grade, because it will actually have a fugal connector. Damn. Where did it go? And I can't see because this room is so damn dark. Is that it? Nope. Holy shit, I found it. And I just dropped it. Holy shit. How the fuck I found that? I have no idea. Flying Mecha Horsey. The Susan model is bringing out a third-party Wing Zero custom. It's actually based on the Supernova variant. So it's got all the moving parts and everything to it. I really can't wait to get a couple of them. They actually come in black. That's what I would use that for. I would probably adjust the backpack adapter. Probably make more... Ooh, no, that would work. What would we call it? Barbados is based on based on a demon. So just take the Barbataurus and just give it a black backpack. Probably steal my high grade... No, I could probably use the backpack. It should have the backpack in the kit. Use that, modify the backpack to accept the wing pegs, and then just make basically a fallen angel Barbataurus. Because there is a black set coming out from Susan. That does sound like fun. If I could afford the cost for it. But then it comes down to how to detail it. That's my problem. I'm not good with paint, so really doing fantastical, fantastically detailed kits beyond standard detailing is not my thing at the moment. Not till I move and maybe I build a little paint shop in a garage and try to start learning airbrush. So at the moment, kind of just the basics. Yep, there is a black and a white set that are coming out from Susan Model. And Susan Model stuff's pretty decent. I've built a couple of their add-ons. They're about on par with DL, and DL is doing some great stuff with their stuff as well. I have 2 add-on kits I'm picking up today for the frame kits, well, for the Astrays. One of which will be put in production pretty quickly, because it's been waiting for its add-on, and we might be able to finish the Astray King Dragon Insane at some point. Because the rifle shoulders are actually out, even though I don't want to pay for it, buy it from this one supplier, but they have them available, so I'm going to have to go ahead and get those on order as soon as possible. And so I'm thinking about doing a Tall Geeks Bugle with real grade. It's just tracking down the real grade weapons kit that exists. I think that's actually from Susan Model. Getting the wings, getting the weapons kit. I really don't care about the emblem being on the wings. I know that's kind of the whole gimmick of it, but could get a decal slide for that. But I think the real grade would do a little bit better for a Fugle instead of just the honky chunky master grade with the Endless Waltz wings, which really isn't great, unfortunately. Not the most articulated wings. They're more the, yeah, they're wings. What else did you want with that? Kind of why I've been skipping the Verka. I just don't like how simplistic Bandai has to make the wing Zero's wings. They've done better ones. The high resolution one was really interesting. I might want to pick one up at some point and actually see if I could fix some of the issues that that thing has. We still have the high resolution powered red frame coming out soon. I think it comes out in March or further towards summer. I wouldn't mind getting one. I just don't know about it just yet. I've looked at some of the photos. It's all right. They've changed a lot versus the... I thought they would just take the molding they had from the metal build and use that and add it to the high res. No, it's completely different. Just from the pictures alone and knowing how the power red comes from the metal build, not even close. They changed a lot of the good aspects of the power red. A lot of the good aspects of the power red have been changed. I don't know if that's a good thing. And the fact that it's not coming as a Kai or a without the Gerbo 150 really is going to limit the fun of that kit, because I know they're going to freaking probably release it as a standalone kit at some point, or just leave it plain, because we all thought we were going to get a high resolution Kai at some point. Did not, and that was so disappointing. And what up, RJ? Back to building for a little bit. We'll play a little bit more either Dying Light or Pokemon tonight as well with wifey, if she's up for it. If not, I'll try to get as much streaming in as I can today. Once we beat Pokemon and or Dying Light, I might be heading back to Monster Hunter. I kind of want to go back and finish 4 and 4U and Portable Third. Oh, well, that went... Fuck. is with me today? What is with me in my goddamn hands? Oh. That's it? Yes. Goddamn. Just slipping all over the place. Nice. I don't know how excited I am for Sunbreak with Rise. I don't know. Rise was good when it first came out, but I think the lackluster no events, because I mean I just don't know why they did that. Those festivals were so much fun in World. It gave you a burst of flavor every month or every so often. And then the event quests were so good in World. I just don't know why they didn't continue that in Rise. Event quests are just not appealing to me. A lot of people. I mean, seriously, dude. Go ask the people who play Stardew all day long. Because, yeah, I'll go play some Stardew for 20 hours. It's not quite real time, but it's about the same. I mean, or Farming Simulator. There are tons of guys who are still playing Farming Simulator just for shits and giggles. It's not that obscene. Just talking about Stardew makes me want to play it. I love the chilled layback. Final 5, Dead Cells. What a hard game. My brain hurts. Yes, Dead Cells is a fairly difficult game. Still good, though. It's one of my favorite roguelites. It's one I don't mind. C3, which is the black frame. Yes, come to me. My computer not actually running today. Yeah, it's being stupid. And for all those who are watching, we are live on 3 different platforms at the moment because I say when we're going to stream one place, we're going to stream all the places. So we do have the Twitch, the YouTube, and the TikTok all going at the same time. Links in the descriptions. If you'd like to see a different aspect of the build process, we do have 2 different ones. The only difference between TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube is Twitch and YouTube have the same output. It's a little bit better view, plus we've got music. I know that's not really a big key difference, but it's at least a little bit better. And unfortunately, no blackjack. Hit hard for... Yeah, it is. It is. Well, Bleed was really broken in the early versions. Kind of why they kind of tuned up stuff. I know in the beta builds, it was like a way overpowered build. Dead Cells is kind of Metrovania-esque with the whole roguelike, which is nice. God, my headset does not want to stay in at all today. Thank you. First shot, one of the enemies. Second floor later, you're hit like a wet noodle. Yeah. Oh, what is it? When you're getting close to some of the middle of the game, oh, I hate the like wizards that kick your ass so hard. Kind of why I haven't played in a while. Man, that game is brutal. If you like something like kind of like Hollow Knight, there's also Blasphemous, which is actually a really good kind of Metroidvania-esque Dark Souls. It's kind of like Hollow Knight. More of a brutal game. They're actually coming out with Blasphemous 2 soon. I liked everything up to the final boss. The final boss was so annoying. But everything else was good. I know if I sat back down and actually tried to beat it again, it would be fun. I'd probably get it. By the time I was just getting frustrated with that boss, because it was a nightmare. Dodge this, dodge that, now hit this, now hit that. And it's like, oh my god. But I'm also trash at video games, so meh. Sekiro, I don't like Sekiro, really. I don't like that it was a, oh, haha, FromSoft game that technically is what you think it is, but it's not what you think it is at the same time. And I would just say, go play Neo. Go play Neo and Neo 2 instead. You'll have way more fun time with those two. That's my only problem with Sekiro. I really didn't like it. I didn't like the way it didn't explain its mechanics very well. And the mechanics on their own are just so... How would I put Sekiro? One-note mechanics make the game feel boring and yet difficult and not as fun as they should be. Versus the one-note mechanics I use in Neo, well, specifically Neo 2 with the new parry system, that just made it so much fun to just do bloodstains all day long. Well, I'm going to fight you, and parry, and smash, and parry, and smash, and parry, and smash. And get tons of blood notes so I can go upgrade and get all my Kodamas. Because now I'm super strong, because I fought every single person I can find for 2 hours, didn't do the story at all, and didn't have a hard time. Because I was just grinding blood stains. Yeah, I know. Stuck gardening for days. You sound like me. It's like, yes, I love this game, but I'm going to go play the farmer dating simulator. What do you mean? I'm going to go play Stardew, okay? Bye. My chickens need me, and I need to go pet my cows. That's one game I really need to start playing again. I have a modded... Well, I've got some decent mods on my PC edition. I just need to update it. Not going to worry about the bottom of the feet too much. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that is true. Platinum, very into their old style game kind of mechanics. Here's the thing about a good game. A good game keeps you talking about it. And you want to keep coming back to it. That's the thing about a good game. A bad game leaves a bad taste in your mouth and you want to put it down. And I always find that one game that really doesn't rub me the right way. Like, to be honest, I really didn't think I was going to like the Pokemon Arceus game. I literally didn't like the idea of it. She's been guarding the way ahead. Yeah, just the wait. Also, Replicant is not Platinum. Oh, okay, so it's just a straight remake. Oh, I thought you were talking about... Oh, okay, the Platinum one. So it's actually the Nier one. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking Nier Automata. Neat. That's even better. That's before it was the action shooter combat. But like I was saying, the Arceus game, I didn't think I'd like it. They never really showed it off really well. Didn't explain how it worked as well as it does in some situations. Some things about it annoys the shit out of me. But it's not bad. I think it is a good direction to go. But they need to fix the problems. One of which is if you're going to make a very heavily story-driven game with lots of dialogue, I mean, enough dialogue that it's almost on par with a Final Fantasy game. In 2020, you need to spend the money for a VO. I'm going to continue to say it. I know there's people who are going to be like, but that's just the way Pokemon's always been. Yeah, but I don't have a 20-minute cutscene in the older Pokemons with tons of dialogue that you lose a lot of the nuance on because they're doing sound effects and all this other stuff, and yet you don't get the emotion because you're not hearing it with emotion. Yes, you can read emotion. You can read a paragraph of emotion and understand what it's doing, but to immerse the character, immerse the player better, a VO would be a lot more helpful because you would get that dialogue. That's kind of our problem with Dying Light right now. We've already had our what a twist moment already, and everything's just going to shit. And it's like, well, okay. Well, one of the 3 what a twist moments, and the heart-wrenching moments keep happening all the damn time as well. We still have not done the dog mission because Wifey will be getting her hate boner out as soon as that happens. For anyone who dare hurt a puppy of any size. It's just that you lose the nuance. For me, it's a $1 billion game. They already had the actors for it. And it's just, even Monster Hunter, the king of dialogue, has moved over to VO. I mean, it's just, it doesn't feel right. If the game was older, I would give it a pass. But in this day and era, it's just like, you lose a lot of the character. Especially with them being like, oh, we're using the Breath of the Wild engine and all this stuff. And it's just like, I just really wish that they would take it a little bit more seriously. It does feel like Pokemon is not taken as seriously as it is, as they make us believe it is. Or as how much money it makes. 7. Like a 2D game, I don't expect VO. I don't expect that. I expect chiptunes and stuff. I expect having to read if it's an old school RPG style. I don't know. It makes me feel like it's just missing something. I think that's the thing that makes me feel it's missing. It's not for the lack of reading. It's just the fact that it doesn't feel good. Almost as if it's just like cheap and rushed. And boy, does that thing like to load every world asset when that thing starts up. If you start up in the expedition kind of mode, geez, does that freaking cooling fan spool up hard. Sounded like one of my computers having a freaking goddamn vent. And no, it's the switch going mental on that blower motor. I'm like, geez. There's not that many assets that it should be loading to have that much. Yes. Yes. We're not getting very expressive emotes either. Yes. And they're doing a lot of sound effect work, which doesn't work when you have silent characters. It feels awkward. They kind of try to go with like the anime they went too far left anime, making it almost feel like this is an actual Pokemon movie almost. But then you lose some of that charm. And I don't know. I'm a very opinionated person, trust me. I probably already pissed somebody off last night because they wanted to say that Gundam Barbados is basically OP as shit. And it's like, nah, really. He gets his butt kicked a lot. Even in Rex form, he died like a chump, unfortunately. To not even something as powerful as Bale. Read the new chapter of Die Dark real quick. Nice. If Barbados had ever performed like something, how would I put Barbados? I know I'm going to piss more people off. Barbados never showed any extreme prowess of near godlike power. I would put him up there with planetary, but not near godlike, with like most of the Gundams are. I know the example was also the ARC-78-2, but it's like the ARC-78-2 does handle a weapon that would blow most Gundams apart. The Beam Magnum is insanely powerful. The Hyper Bazooka launcher, very powerful. Barbados doesn't even have projectile weapons, which is also what's worse, too. A lot of IBO was with very little to no projectile weaponry on the mobile suits. So, drop in your ARC-78-2 and put a bunch of Gym Snipers in the back and just then take out Barbados, because I doubt he could dodge every single one of them. But I know everyone wants Barbados to be the biggest and baddest, and it's just like he's not. He's only in the Big Five because he sells. He's not in the Big Five because he's overpowered. He's only in the Big Five because he sells. He moves units because he sells. The Big Five only are the Big Five in Gundam because they move units. Even though most of them are quite overpowered. Like the Elea Vignana would actually augment the users. If it was actually a lot more powerful than it seems, it would still be slight disadvantage. That's kind of why I put it in almost grunt tier, because, I mean, Yeah, it took on the mobile armor, but the mobile armor is meant to fight armies, not a single unit. So a single unit that is as strong as an army, yeah, it's not going to be the same kind of fair fight. Or a mobile suit that can take out entire armadas would be not even a trivial. Barbados wouldn't even be a trivial fight. I mean, the closest thing I think I would put him up there is he's kind of about on par with Sandrock. And that's just because Sandrock is only as powerful as he is because he has the Magnac core with him. Unfortunately. If he didn't have the Magnacs, he is kind of the weakest of all the Gundams. He doesn't have stealth like Death Scythe. He doesn't have the numerous weapons like Shenlong and heavy arms. And he doesn't have the speed that Wing Zero has. The Heat Shotals are alright, but they're not going to be insanely overpowered, and his submachine guns really aren't going to do a whole lot in extended combat. Where Heavy Arms at least has some decent with the Gatling cannons and his mid-combat firearms. Well, his mid-combat melee weaponry being alright to subpar, but his skill is also pretty high. But sheer numbers and tactics do come into handy very well and are a legitimate strategy. No matter what. You don't have to be the best if you've got the numbers. I said I didn't want to do Death Battle today, and I'm still talking about it. Yeah, meet the big one instead. So nasty, nasty, nasty. It's sinus infection right now, and it sucks. I'm so stuffed up, it's not even funny. Which means springs are right around the corner because it's probably caused by all the pollen coming out soon. And or any pollen that's already coming out. All right. Put that together, and then I will touch that up the best I can, except for dropping the polycap on the ground. Like an idiot. I am just dropping things left and right today. I can find that. Dark blue piece that fell on the ground. Did it fall on my lap? No. Did not fall in my lap. Oh, hum, hum, hum. Oh, that could have bounced all the way to China from here. Oh, boy. Huh. God. Really can't keep going if I don't have it. Let me put the start screen up for just a second. Turn that down for just a moment. Oh, yeah. Huh. God damn, it built that polygon. Ay. Don't get any extras on that either. Halfway to shit. Oh, that's great. Yep. Just pulled the light out. Fucking course I did. And I found it. Yo. Go. Go. Ah. Just a real quick look around the room. Cool. Okay. All right. It's like I just didn't want to not do it. Real quick look around the room really did help. All right. Oh, goody, I'm already getting smudges. Yay, smudges. I can just not breathe today. That should be that polycap. Don't drop it this time, me. All right. Let's try to detail that. True Diz. Don't know what that means, but okay. Oh, that's the one I haven't started working on just yet. Right. Good. Not too much cleanup, but a good bit and touch up just a tiny little bit. Not the best on showing detail lines because it is a darker kit, but it's not too bad. Looking up, looking over. Gotta love chapters about random backstory. That feel like filler. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel about Bleach. It's like we don't need everybody's backstory every time. I mean, it's nice, but I mean, sometimes it gets a little bit overdone. Ooh, I'm a little off frame. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, back to B. Before I freaking cannot breathe. B, what now? 16 and 14. Ah. Oh, we're doing the classic high grade knee. Yay. Classic high grade knee. And 40. And 39. Oh, let's see. So from there, 16 to 40. I didn't care about those. Inner frame really doesn't matter too much. That's where these depart from the older instructions. The old instructions have you build the knees first. Ah. Do something real quick. That should be a lot better. Whew. Yeah, okay. We'll continue with the way this one does it because it's a little bit easier. Doing the old school way of doing it. Then A14s, which is the same ones. A14s, and then we can do the big pieces. That's actually a big piece for A14. And we can build the other ones, which is B, B, and B, and polycap 6. Awesome. $23 and $12. $23 and $12 and $11. Okay. And then polycap 6. Very interesting feeling these polycaps. They're very, they feel old. Like the material they were made out of was not very well done. Which would explain it. Okay. Oh. Might have to come back and finish this after I get back. We might not start the new one tonight if I can't get this one done. Did not look at that time. Go to about 11:30 and then I've got to get going. So we'll keep on going. Okay, it gives me about a half hour more. Looking up. Look it over. Okay. Okay, keeping an eye on everything. All right. And then just two-piece plastic on that. Neat. And then the knee, which is okay, so that one. Okay, so they changed it up just a slight bit. About a half hour left in today's stream. Well, for the morning. Might finish this up off stream. I don't know. All right. Just a lot of detail to go through, at least on the legs. All right, looking up. Okay, that looks good. Looking up, looking over. Keep an eye on chat. Because you'll know I'm bad at looking at chat. Scoops! Yo, what up? Trying to get this done before I gotta leave. Trying to start a PC flipping. Ah! Nice. Will be a little bit difficult in the climate, but it'd be lucrative. If you can get like OEM parts and strip them out to then put into some mediocre builds, you can make a little bit of cash on the side. I know a lot of people do that. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Buy old OEMs that you know have good, decent cards in them, and you can make decent money on them. Buying up like old Dells that have like a 1080 in them, sell the 1080. Easily make a buck or two. And how the retro market's pretty high as well. Because people are buying up OEM shit like there is no tomorrow at the moment. They don't care where you got the cards from, just as long as they work. All right. This is the high-grade Sky Zero. And we're already about halfway done with it. We got the body done. For the most part. Just working on these legs, and there's a lot of detail that doesn't really look like it shows up in the pictures. There's a lot of little extra detail that you wouldn't normally be able to see. Yeah, this is the battle log figure. I'm trying to get the legs at least somewhat done. Yeah. The scheme is a bit odd. I don't mind it. It is a bit weird. That's kind of how I feel about the Australian version. I don't know how much I like it or hate it. Plus, not knowing how I'm going to detail it up. All right, and then I need... I already teased it earlier last night. Yeah, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a huge one. We've got 3 different manuals to go through. 2 of which will really be not till towards the end. Technically end/middle. But, yeah. Just for another hint, it's a Verka. I've had it for a while. I kind of had it on the back burner for a little bit. And now I kind of am ready to start on it. Okay, so just don't do that. Do those, that, but then we can do that. Okay. Yeah, it's a Verka. So you know it's the new. And it's going to be insane. I've got more LEDs on order. I've got about 20 to go through for tonight with about 15 blue. I have 20 greens and I got about 20 greens that are available. I've got about 15 blues that I can use as well, which will help for the build. We have 2 head pieces that have to be made, and I'll decide which one I want to go with after I build it. And I need the extra foot pieces that come from the high mobility backpack as soon as we get onto the legs, because they actually just straight up attach to it. And it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a good long time. And the reason why is because I think I'm going to be doing something different with the Snow White Prelude. The Snow White, I think I have a new idea for the concept. I don't like the color scheme on it myself. I love the kit. I love the look of it. But I don't like the colors that they went with. And I'm going to be doing something a bit more on that. I might get into doing leafing pens on that one. Which would be fun because it makes it a little bit more a little bit more fun and more valuable. Because the leafing pens actually have precious metals in them. Not a lot, but enough that it is considered to have precious metals in them. And then testing out a top coat for the whole kit as well. If the if the top coat holds out and works well, we'll actually end up spraying the whole kit. That's kind of the idea. I kind of find the gray and the brown colors to be a bit boring. So we might be changing up a couple of those color schemes for some more bold, almost angelic colors. Just because I find it quite boring. And then it also gets its lighting kit, which we have which will be interesting. Hopefully I don't break it because I paid a lot of money to get that here. So far from what I know, it all works. I've already tested all the LEDs. All the LEDs work. Do I know the whole connector works? No, I do not. Do I trust it? Slightly. Red and black. Nice. I think the colors I'm going to go with will look good. It'll look a lot more regal. And then after that, we have the Sinanju. And I've been borrowing PC ages. The hard drive died when it had it because the case only had one fixed. But so I'm going to use profits to save for a new case. Nice. Hell yeah, Scoops. Hey, that's the way of trading up, dude. Trust me. That's how we do things in my house when it comes to PCs. We always trade up. Meaning when I buy new parts, I'll give my old parts to wifey because I do buy myself a little bit better parts because I do need it for my area because I do need, and I usually spend more because I am more patient to buy the more expensive parts. Wifey's more of the, I don't care, just get it to me now kind of person. So she obviously has to wait for parts to be available or whatever I've got that could go into her to help her out. And I still got to figure out how I'm going to do the Sazabi. I think we're going to have to top coat all the parts. Then I can use null oil or Tamiya to do panel lining on it and then get it all assembled. I don't know if you can use Tamiya over acrylic top coat or not. I've never tried it myself. And or the method of how to do Tamiya like that. That one gundam is full of LED, 2 on each arm, 1 for each leg, 1 for cockpit. Nice. Hell yeah. For mine, I'm using a kit from Cosmos Lighting. I want to see how easy the install is, see if it's more of a pain in the ass. If not, I might have to move on to something different later on. I don't like the idea of having so many wires coming out the back side of it. That's kind of my biggest pet peeve on it at the moment. I usually like to keep my wiring harnesses very simple. But yet complex at the same time. And I still don't have the LEDs mapped out for the Asuka and for the Sinanju yet. I mean the Sazabi yet. Those are two that I'm also trying to figure out what I want to do for. Or we would have been building the Asuka. Plus the Asuka needs special paint because I want to do some fun stuff with that. Since I am going to try a little bit harder on that. 8 white LEDs for the wing. Nice. You sound like me with my Nightingale with the 52 LEDs that went into that thing. Most of which being in the backpack. And the way we did it was middle brother bought new parts, then went to the older brother, then went to the old parent. To me. Now it's by myself. I buy myself my new parts and ask for my little brother if he wants. Yeah, see, there you go. That's kind of how it is with me and my wifey. Because I'm the one who does most of the finances and tries to make sure everything's going good. And I'm more patient to buy things piecemeal. And that computers are basically, you have to wait till you have all the parts to get them put together. I can wait and buy nice parts once in a while. And she's gotten some of my trickle-down stuff. She's still got my 1070, which is still holding up. That's why I don't know why people are acting like... I don't like... God, I cannot remember the architecture. I really don't like 30 series, and I really didn't like the 20 series. I think they went too hard on the RTX aspect of it, and they're just beefed up Pascal freaking... I mean, they are. They're just refreshed Pascal, die-shrunk Pascal processors. With tensor cores added, there's really no gain in that. Then they just added more and more and more. Yes, nice. I'm a bit intimidated by the Cosmos set. I am intimidated by it, but I'm going to try to push through it as hard as I can. And hopefully everything works out. I usually don't use prefab because prefab is not my thing too much. The last two I did prefab, I ended up modding one of them. Now, I wish I was a little bit more patient with smaller LEDs, but they always do. If they would just use solid core wiring, it would be a lot easier. I can't stand multi-core wiring for this kind of stuff because you're trying to do really small solder joints. Well, at least for my stuff, you're doing really small solder joints, and it just sucks if you overheat and melt through the wires, or the wires are just too floppy and you can't really get in there real well. Really? That'll be fine for me. The Wing Zero's just going to sit there for the time being. That's going to suck. I'm guessing it's because the wiring is going to be kind of making everything not be able to be moved again, I'm guessing. They'll be in the way of joints. If I have to, I'll extend wiring. I have no problem doing that. If that's the case. Or figuring out better ways of running the wires. Okay. That shouldn't be too hard. I was already expecting to have to drill holes for, I didn't like kind of the way they were doing some of the wiring, the wire movement. I might have to see about, doing that as well. I won't mind that on the Wing Zero. Because he's going to be sitting in one spot. That's kind of my fear with the Hainu and the Verka are going to be a bit... Oh, shit. I didn't do that right. Damn it. Can you please come back apart? I forgot to put a piece in you. Thank you. When we move, because I'm going to have to pack these guys up again and hopefully not damage anything. A lot of them shouldn't be too bad. Nightingale shouldn't be too bad. I can move the wings back. Shouldn't be a problem. Just finding a box big enough for it. All right. And technically, the unicorn that doesn't really move, clean it because you need to remove it with the base. Ah. Ooh, man. Yeah, it's gonna suck. And don't forget that back piece. Time check. Oh, shit. I actually do. Okay, I'm going to get these legs cleaned up. I'm not going to get it finished. Well, maybe come back and finish this one up. So I do want to finish it. I do like it. I like the color scheme myself. And so far, Skips, it's if we do ever upgrade Wifey's computer to a new card, the idea is we'll sell the old one that she's gotten her PC to my father-in-law because he hasn't upgraded his in years. And he can't run anything because he didn't want to ever pay to upgrade his computers. We kept asking him if he wanted to get a new computer built. Then I built him one. I gave him even a build price at one point. I told her, I mean, if he wants to pay the money for the card, he just pays me what the card's worth. I'll probably give it to him. But he's got to pay me what the card's worth because, unfortunately, at this time, that card's still going a pretty decent price. 1070s and 1080s are still upwards of $400 or $500 a piece. Because they work, and they're not just wimp cards. They're pretty decent. Yeah, I'm going to clean this piece up. I'm going to have to come back on this. maybe we won't start new today. Finish this up and then start new tomorrow. Because this is taking a lot longer than I thought on the detail side. I might look for some decals while I'm at the store. Because I will be going up to Gundam Kingdom right now as soon as I finish up what I'm doing and go get ready. Because they open around 12-ish. Because they've got some stuff I'm looking for, and then I got to head to Hobby Lobby. Not a problem. See you later, Red Hunter. I overestimated the detailing process on this little guy. And, oh wow, we're actually up to 5 views on Twitch. Jesus Christ, hell yeah. Hello, everyone. Scary. Twitch has been very quiet lately. And I'm sorry to bail on you guys too quickly, because I've got Ah, hell. I haven't even... I really have got to get going. Shit. I haven't even done that. I thought I actually did that. Nope, I did one of them. Let's see if I can get this done really fast. Yeah, like, I don't even see myself upgrading anytime soon. It's so expensive right now, Scoops. I mean, you're doing about the best that I would tell you to do. Because, dude, I'm not seeing myself being able to upgrade any computer components for the next... till at least 2025, 2026. Easily. The parts are not available. Parts are not coming down in price, and they're just going up. Miners are still just buying every available SKU up. And you know what everyone's telling us to do now? They're literally telling you just to do what they do. Because unfortunately, oh, watch stocks. Oh, do all this. Oh, you might as well just do what they do and get a bot or buy scalp. And it's like, you know, great. You know, that's just great. There is no buyer protection out there. It's just the wild, wild west when it comes to computer parts right now. I'm not paying 2 times retail for a card. I will go and buy a used card before I pay 2 times retail. I didn't do it during the first mining rush, and I'm not doing it during the second. All right. Just clean this up a little bit more. Clean up more. All right. Yeah, I don't even have the knee done. I don't have any of the pieces actually done. And there are a few things that need to be touched up as well. All right. Let me see if there's anybody I can send. Oh, no, we're down to 3. That's not too bad. So, Scoops, I'll be back later today. Somewhere... I won't be back till later tonight. Either I'll be playing something or we'll finish this guy up. We've been playing a lot of Dying Light 2 lately. It's an alright game. It keeps shocking us with the twists and turns so far. Keeping wifey on her heels of what the hell is actually happening. But as always, thank you everybody who's been watching today. If you want this and more, my sponsor, GundamKingdom.net, has this and others. Something you might want, something you might be looking for, you might have it. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll be back a little bit later. I actually have a prior engagement that I need to go do. Thank you, and bye-bye.